and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and welcome back to another one. And behind me today we have the 2021 Mitsubishi Triton GLX, and this is the 4x4 diesel version. Alright, so what do you guys reckon? Right, so before we get into that, I just want to do a shout out to Booth's Tugra, who were nice enough to let me have a look at this vehicle today, and I'll leave their details down below. So I'll start at the front here. Being Mitsubishi's basic Triton, you've got the badge at the front, you've got this black grille there. It actually, I think, suits the car being in white. I think it looks quite nice and suits the vehicle. And then you've got these nice headlights there, and the indicators and fog lights down below as well. Alright, so what do you guys reckon of the Triton? Have you got one? Have you got the 4x2? Have you got the older model? What do you think of it? Are you happy with it? Let me know in the comments. So the Triton's wheels are 17-inch steel wheels, and they're wrapped in Dunlop, and they're pretty good for on-road and a little bit of light off-roading as well. Alright, so we come around to the tray at the back here. You can see you've got the tie-down points that go all across there as well. You do have the handle there to undo it, and I'll just show you that. Alright. Alright, so there you go. So the tray is very versatile, easy to load with whatever it is you want. Alright, so we'll come around to the back here. Now you've got the Triton written on the back there, and further down here you have the genuine Mitsubishi tow bar, which, if you have a look, can actually tow 3 ton, and it's got a max tow board download of 300 kilos. Alright guys, let's go and have a look inside. Alright guys, let's have a look inside the Triton. So door trim wise, hard plastics all around. You do have your window switches there, and you've got some pocket space there as well. Further inside we have this is actually an optional rubber mat, so this is how they would normally come. Or you can option it up with a hard wearing rubber mat, which is really good and helps protect the inside as well. Cloth trim seats. Alright guys, let's jump in and have a look. Okay. Excuse the buzzer. It's for a seatbelt. We're not going anywhere at the moment. Alright, so we'll start down here. You do have your window switches here, and you do have your window switches here, and you've also got your traction control there as well. Turn that off if you wish. Now, it's very hard plastic up here, hard plastics everywhere, guys. It is a work ute, it's designed to be a workhorse, and that's what they are. So, the steering wheel, quite a basic steering wheel. You do have your cruise control on this side and your phone and audio controls there as well. Now we come to the dash, very basic again. You can go through the menu there. You got your kilometers, you got trip A and B, you've got the distance to empty, your average fuel, and your next service there, and back to your kilometers. And as you can see, we're in park. We've got the fuel gauge on the right, the hot and cold on the left there, and you've got these nice gauges that have this sort of carbon look to them, I suppose. And if you go into reverse or neutral or drive or sport mode, comes up on the dash. Now you do have your indicator stalk there as well, just a basic one, no auto stuff here, and your basic wiper stalk there. Alright, we come over to the media center. So yeah, this is very, very basic, guys. You do have a CD slot up there. A lot of cars don't anymore. There's your clock adjustment there. So you do have AM, FM. You've got Bluetooth audio, auxiliary. There's your phone and settings. You can put a USB/iPod in it. And you've got some settings for the media center should you wish to use them. If you have a look there, I won't go through them. They're pretty easy to adjust everything there. And you do have the volume knob, which I'm a fan of, and the tuning knob, which again I'm a fan of, as you know. Further down, aircon controls, pretty straightforward there. Further down again, you have your hazard switch and whether the passenger airbag is turned on or off, and that's if the passenger is not wearing their seatbelt and there is somebody there. Further down, a USB slot there, as you can see. USB slot there, and a 12-volt plug as well. Got a little bit of space there. You can put a phone in there if you want. This actually does pop out, so you can put a bit of something underneath it if you wish. But otherwise, just pretty much clips back in there. The gear selector, nice. You got, it's all hard plastic here, but it's got this nice chrome trim around it. If I put it into park, it does have a reverse camera, as you can see there. So again, the lines don't move, but at least you've got a camera there to help you with surroundings, as having a tray there, it's difficult to see underneath. So we come down to the four-wheel drive engage or lever, I suppose, or four-wheel drive knob, as they have it now. We're in 2 high at the moment. We can go into 4 high there, and if I go into, you can see that flashing, and when that stops flashing, we'll be in 4-wheel drive 4 high, or you can go into 4 low as well. So if we wanted to, we're just going to leave it in 2-wheel drive for now. Handbrake there. You've got twin cup holders. What do we got in the armrest here? Bit of space in there. That's quite cool how that's on like a, yeah, it doesn't pop out, so you got a little bit of space there. And again, pretty hard, guys, hard plastics there. There's not much behind the seats there, as you can see. So glove box wise, you've got reasonable size glove box there, which is good. And if we come round to me, I've got stacks of headroom, guys, there. And as you can see here, I'm, you know, I've got a lot of room in here and as well. And also you've got a lot of leg room and foot room as well, which is really good. For the Triton, I will give it that. All right, guys, let's go and check out what's under the bonnet. All right, guys, just having a look at the Triton's engine bay. So here we have a 2.4 litre, 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine, and it produces 133 kilowatts of power and 430 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. All right, guys, let's go for a drive. All right, guys, just gonna go for a little drive in the Triton to see what I think. So first impressions when I get in, it's very basic in here. It's not a huge amount of buttons, but looks basic but rugged. So for the job site. So the seats. The seats are cloth trim, and you know what, they're very comfortable, and I would want to be comfortable if I was driving this day to day or to the work site and back. So, vision out the front. Vision out the front is really, really good actually. It's great vision all around. Because I'm 6'1", the rear vision mirror does get in the way a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty good vision. And speaking of the rear vision mirror, or the rear vision I should say, it's actually really good, the vision out the back of the Triton. I'm pretty impressed with that. But for maneuvering and reversing, you do have the reverse camera, so that's a really big thing. I actually like that. So vision out the sides. Vision out the sides are really, really good. The pillar's not too thick. You do have these grab handles either side. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty good in here for vision out the sides. And the mirrors are big enough and wide enough and do a really good job. So I'm impressed with that. And when you look out the back, the tray doesn't get in the way like it did in the Toyota. So, what's the ride like of the Triton? Well, it rides reasonably smooth. As you'll notice when we get onto some bumpier roads, it is still a bit bumpy unladen. But in saying that, it's a lot better than the Hilux I drove. It seems to have a lot more comfort on the road, and it seems to sit nicer as well. It's quite planted on the road, so I was pretty impressed with that. And we're doing 60 Ks. If you have a listen to the wind noise, yeah, it's pretty good. I reckon they have to shout, so that's really, really good. Brakes are good too. Brakes pull up really well. A few things that I'm not happy with in this model is the fact of there's no Android Auto, Apple CarPlay for those people, so there's no navigation in this. So if you wanted to use navigation, you would have to use an actual one that sits on the window, or sit your phone on the window and use navigation off it. So yeah, that's something that I probably would change with this car if I could. Which is, I know this is one of the base models, and it's nice to look at the base model because this is what I wanted to have a look at, and it's designed to go on and off the work site. And this one's got the 4-wheel drive system, so you can go a few places others can't, which is really good. You've got that advantage. Steering's quite light, guys, in the Triton. I'm pretty impressed of how the steering's quite light. Sort of throw it into a corner and it, yeah. But yeah, guys, look, it drives quite nicely. Like I said, I think the media centre let it down a bit. But other than that, it's reasonably nice, to be honest. Yeah. So how does the 2.4 litre go? Well, let's see. Yeah, look guys, pretty not bad for a single cab, or cab chassis I should say. Yeah, it does go quite nice unladen. And as you'll see coming up here, we're going onto some bumpier road, so you'll sort of see what I mean by the ride. It's still reasonably good, but I think this is pretty much all you need to get on and off the work site with. Everything's here that you need. And yeah guys, other than that, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you're after something like this, go and have a chat to Booth's Tugra, and they will be able to sort one out for you. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one.